What is up, bros? Josh here, and today's video is all about update 0.8.3, the victory competition update, and there's a lot to go on, so let's dive into it so this video isn't too long. First of all, the update is delayed for a day. Apparently, on the Russian server, they launched it, and basically everything was broken, so it will be delayed until the 25th. I'm recording this on the 24th, which will be uploaded on the 24th. Also, a reminder that there will be no clan battles held on the 24th or the 25th because of this. There aren't going to be clan battles kind of made up for it. So if you are in clan battles or playing clan battles, we basically lost 2 days. So just a heads up on that. But 8.3 has a lot going on. I will put a link down below. You can watch the videos, and there's some pretty cool ones with this. But the main thing is the friendly victory competition. Now, this is something I'm excited. I like doing these events. It makes content for free for just playing the game. And I will put a link down to this as well. You can watch the video. But this is going to be pretty fun. It updates 0.8.3 and 0.8.4. So we're going to have about 2 months to do this. So plenty of time to get everything done and as many points to get as many free things as possible. We've seen competitions like this. Water versus fire, eagle versus shark. It's going to be the same thing, and now it's honor versus glory. So each day you will be picking a team and then going off and competing for that team. Also, you will get rewarded for it seems like there's on the eagle versus shark there was points you could get per team. It seems like this is just overall tokens, which is kind of nice because you had to do kind of this weird balancing act between shark and eagle to get certain things. This one's just an overall currency, it seems like, so that's kind of nice. But basically, you're going to get points for playing. So not only in random battles, co-op, you can do all this stuff too. And actually, some math actually isn't that bad if you play co-op. Maybe some 200 IQs here. I'm not sure. Ranked battles, clan battles, and even operations. So you will go out. The more you play, the more you win. The more ships you kill, the better you do. Basically, the more points you're going to get. And then with those points, you will then earn tokens. You will also get these random personal orders, which will basically be small missions. Once you do that, you can also get some extra points. We'll get to that in a second. There will be some good balancing of team points. Now, this is one of the biggest things that happened with the Shark versus Eagle, is everyone basically just went to the winning team because they could just get more rewards easier. And I think Shark won like every day or like every week or whatever. They won like every stage because the system was you would go to the winning team and then you would get more rewards regardless if you really played or not, just because the winning team got rewards. We probably might see that anyways in this, because I think you're just going to get points anyways for the winning team. So we'll probably see a little bit of a fight, and then once the winning team is once a team is kind of favored, probably we'll be going to that. But one thing that is kind of nice is really thinking about how the balancing of these multipliers, or how the balancing is going to work. This is something the last one didn't have. So the more you are winning, the more your team will win, the more difficult it will be, as we saw in all of those points. Once you get those points, as it is normal difficulty, it'll be easier to get all of those. You could potentially get this in 2 games and get the max allowance of tokens. The tokens are the currency to buy things in this event. So as your team continues to win a day, it's going to get harder and harder to do those. And as you can see, what was originally 500 points to get the max is now 500 points to get 12. But the thing is, the points don't really change, I guess. You know, like look at here, like going from hard to very hard, you know, that kind of thing. Modifier for the losing team. The losing team will get more points as well. So it's kind of going to be interesting how this goes back and forth, but it just seems like it's worth staying on one team. Although if you go to the losing team, you can get these points easier. But even if you're playing a decent amount, you can probably get this by just playing a short little session. I mean, even if you're going up, we'll just scroll up really quick for some point analysis. If you go in and win a game in tier 10, kill 2 ships, maybe get Confederate or something like that, you're already at almost 200 points just for that in one game, or actually more than that. Even that's technically a heroic achievement. So there's all these other ones you could get, like First Blood and all these stuff, honorary achievements. So you're at even more than that, actually, 200, 300 potentially for a good tier 10 game, and even some decent ones. you're going to get through these relatively quickly, even if you're on the winning team with all of these extra points. And then basically, you want to be on the team that has the points that's getting it harder and harder, because you'll end up getting more and more points and more tokens. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. It makes sense to just stay on the winning team and just go for that, even though you can get your points quicker. Maybe if you have like only a couple of games to play, maybe modifying and going to the losing team might be kind of easier to get these. But it seems like staying on the winning team, you'll have a chance of getting more tokens. So it'll be kind of interesting how this works. There's an example right here. You can check it out. There will also be a wall of valor. So the higher you go, the more tokens you will get. Obviously, the higher your score is, the more tokens you'll get. And the more tokens, you can buy more stuff. So that is kind of cool. And there also will be a whole little thing. I like how they do this too. It is graphically very cool, with the Armory, Glory, and all the events they do. Is there is daily rewards, there is skills, all this kind of things. Now, one other thing that they will add, and I do like this, and I will be doing this, is that you do get rewarded for being loyal to a team. So by playing for one of the teams for 20 or 15 days in total, you receive a reward of loyalty to that team, commemorative patch, and flag. By playing for either team for a total of 20 days, you'll receive a commemorative patch and the victory competition flag. So as we scroll up here really fast, 20 days, you'll get both. These are going to be for 0.8.3 and 0.8.4. I think you'll be able to get both of those if you are logging in consistently and playing games. So 20 days on each. 2 months, you're going to have 50 plus 60 days. You're going to have you have the chance of getting this done. So you might be able to get both of those if you're a completionist like me. So that'd be kind of cool. So you can go back and forth. But what can you actually get? You can actually get the Lazo, which is kind of cool, for 1,500 tokens. That is going to be a bit of a grind. But if you can get a tier 7 Russian premium ship. So that's pretty cool. And for 1,500 tokens. So it is going to take you a while to get all of those. Also, if you're not interested in that ship, you can get some permanent camos for the Vladivostok, the Chappie, the Ognoy, and the Kiev. All those are 500 tokens. Some camouflages for 1,200, as you see right here. There's all kinds of stuff. Premium time, if you just want premium time, this is a good way to kind of get it. But for me, I like premium ships, free ones, as well as permanent camos. I am a collector. Or you can even get the containers to try to roll for the other ships as well. Those are for 30, and there's all kinds of things. Also, they will have a container situation, the non-premium ones, which could give you a bonus, like we have seen in the past as well. Could give you a mission for one of the early access to one of the battleships, all the way up to the tier 8. I really don't like this system. It's a good quality of life thing, but I really don't like wargaming throwing away a lot of content like they keep doing. Really, it even kind of bums me out because it's with how easy it is to get XP and free XP and all this kind of stuff. It really kind of bums me out to just jump right into a tier 8. You're going to end up getting a lot of these containers anyway, even the non-premium ones. So even if you get the mission and you kind of jump right to the tier 8, it's nice quality of life for the super casual person. That's awesome. You don't have time to grind up the entire line. But if you're playing any semi-consistently, jumping to the tier 8 kind of ruins the whole point of the game, which is grinding for me. So a bit of a bummer here. I wish they wouldn't do this. I wish they'd go back to the UK battleships where you got to jump up to like to the 5, or like you got the 3, 4, or 5 early. That was, I think, more appropriate. This, it just seems so weird to kind of throw away 3/4 of a line. Just if you get lucky on your first container that you get. Although you can get some coal as well as potentially one of the missions. The premium ones, obviously this is going to be for everything. You can get the permanent or the camos as well as the tokens. You don't get those in the normal ones. You just get coal, which is also nice. But you do get 75 tokens as well as a higher chance of getting these missions. So we've seen this on basically every new line. We've seen this on like every mission, or every event like this. So it is kind of nice. So you will be able to get potentially one of the early versions of the ships, which is kind of cool. And that is going to be it for it. So I will put a link down below. There's a lot of information I kind of screened over, so you can definitely check that out. Again, link down below. So the rest of this patch is going to be filled with a whole bunch of stuff, and this is one that's come up a lot and people asking me my opinion on this, and the Clan Treasury. Now, I think the Clan Treasury is one of those things where gaming is putting out that is good on paper but bad in reality. And when I saw the breakdown of Steel, I was really interested. And if you remember in an old video, I was like, man, this might be actually kind of nice to help out clan members that don't really play. So the idea of the clan treasury is to, one, reward top clans by giving them stuff. I am 100% okay with that. I am 100% with rewarding top clans. They deserve to be rewarded, and that's awesome. They have achieved that. Not only are they getting steel anyway, they are getting bragging rights with the clan titles. They're getting bragging rights with the steel ships. And cool, if the idea of the clan treasury is the top clans are going to be working the hardest, and they will be able to reward the clanmates that aren't able to play clan battles. I think that's okay. The thing that I have kind of seen with this, and what I've heard from other people, now I never really played World of Tanks, but I've heard it's kind of come from the World of Tanks world, that a lot of drama has come from this. And being a clan leader myself, I run 2 community-based clans. It would be very awkward for me as a clan person. I think it might be a little bit easier since I am a Twitch streamer content creator. I could maybe do some kind of raffle system, but it really kind of seems awkward for how, or potential drama causing of how would you give out this steel? Who deserves this steel? Who gets the steel? How do you how do you pick up to 50 people that aren't playing? Also, one of the things I'm kind of interested in is the steel breakdown. So this is something that's very interesting. Place in global ratings. So up to 50, the top 50 global clans. Now this is not per server, this is global. So the top 15, 20 on your server is going to get within this. And then really, if you look at that, the top clan in the world, which will most likely be kind of swimming in steel anyway. They probably are continuing to push this. They're continuing to play competition or comp. They are getting a lot of steel anyway. I could potentially see this being how do you say, if you come from like a World of Warcraft background, a lot of people sold mounts in that game. A lot of people sold boosts in arenas, all this kind of stuff. There could potentially be a black market showing up for steel ships. So I'm interested. I've been kind of joking with a couple other CCs about how much a Borgonia is going to go for on the black market, how much a Stalingrad or these other steel ships will go for on these black markets. So I'm kind of interested in see how they do this. I feel like there's just a lot of red flags for this clan treasury. It is a good idea on paper. In reality, though, the breakdown just seems kind of nutty. Top 50 clan is going to get 5,000 steel. If you break that up between even 5 people that, can't play as much or whatever, it's 1,000 steel each. The 50th best clan in the world is going to give 5,000 steel to give out. It's pretty... You can't do anything with 1,000 steel. You get more than that from a super container if you get really lucky. So I don't want to, poop on the steel too much, but also one of the things I saw was a bummer here was the breakdown of outside of that. So if you are a Hurricane 1 clan, this is pretty intense. So a Hurricane 1 clan, it's like a percent of all the clans that play are going to get 2,500 steel, 25,000 coal to give away to whoever. That's so little. It really is. Again, Typhoon 1, extremely hard to get. 1,500 steel. It's, again, how do you divvy that up between 50 people? Do you divvy that up between 10 people? Everyone gets 150 steel. I was really kind of bummed to see this breakdown because it's the clans that are in the Storm and Lower Typhoon that are really the ones kind of, I don't know the right way of saying it. I feel like those are the ones that could have used the steel a lot more. The top 50 clans are going to be swimming in steel. These are the players that are going out highly competitive. They're playing every season. They're playing everything. They're going to have the steel. If you are a consistent top 50 clan worldwide, you have played every season, you have the steel. You are so far ahead of the production curve, and that's not even including if you play some kind of competition where they are rewarding teams with steel. I'm interested to see how this thing plays out. I'm also interested to see Trollolo how much certain steel ships go for, but it'll be very interesting to see. I think this is a fantastic idea on paper. In reality, I think it just raises a few red flags for me. I don't want to hound on this too long though, because I could do a whole video on this, and maybe I will. I don't know. Azure Lane, a new one. We've done videos on the Montpelier as well as the Yukikaze, so you could check out those videos if you want, but there is going to be the crossover, so there'll be all kinds of camouflages and stuff like that. Azure Lane fans, there we go. We got some new ships coming, some new buffs to the DirectX and all that kind of stuff. You want to check that out, you can. Aircraft carrier improvements. There will be the buffs to India Delta for the flag, giving you 5%, as well as some of the other stuff, as well as port improvements. I went over these, and none of the port improvements are the port improvements or the port problems that I've been having. So we'll see. It'll still take forever if you have lots of flags, put them on. It'll still take a while to find people in the search bar. But hey, they're slowly getting them done. Also, the UI is still going on over its total rehaul. They're not showing the XP anymore. It's going to be on a different screen. So that'll be kind of interesting to see with how they're doing their UI change. Not the biggest fan so far, but maybe they'll win me over as we go. Armory update. The newest steel ship is going to be released, and this is one that's kind of interesting to me. It is the news, the Tier 9 Russian destroyer, and the biggest thing to me is the price tag, 20,000 and a half steel. I don't know why I said it that way. 20,500 steel. That's a lot for a destroyer. That's almost the price of a Stalingrad. If you use one of the coupons, that's a lot for a destroyer. That is 6,500 more than the USS Black, which is also a Tier 9 destroyer. So that price tag to me screams one of two things. One, they're trying to bring value back to clan battles because steel has slowly lost value over time because it's easier to get. So either they're trying to bring value back to clan battles with, of course, the clan treasury, or we will see some kind of, now this is not confirmed, but at this price, I see some kind of yearly snowflake event with some kind of sold campaign for steel. That's my guess. We're going to keep seeing that. We've seen that with free XP ships, the inflation we've lost from that. This was kind of surprising. 6,000. We saw the free XP go from 750 to 1 million. We're probably going to see ships in the future go for more than that just because it makes sense. Free XP is so much easier to get. Steel is starting to lose some value, so there's inflation going on there. So either this means, one, they're trying to bring value back to clan battles because these steel prices are going to be extremely high, or two, they're just preparing for the inflation of ships or of steel in general because they're going to be giving away more of it. My guess is the second, because it's much easier for them to do a yearly steel event than it is to have people yell that they can't afford steel ships. So that is my guess on that. Nothing is confirmed by any means, but I was really surprised to see a Tier 9 destroyer be a Tier 10 cruiser price, basically. And this basically means that steel ships in the future, steel battleships or cruisers, depending on their tier, will probably be 30,000+ steel and might even see the 40s from some Tier 10 battleships in the future. So lots and lots of steel, but I assume with this, we will potentially see more and more options of earning steel, which Wargaming has kind of talked about and mentioned in the past. Also, some more of the Mikado Kobayashi camos. So if you're interested in checking those out, you can. They are pretty pricey, but they are pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. Game balance changes as well. You can check those out. They're pretty minor, but you will see some changes mainly to the Laterable. That's a ship we got to test out a little early, and then also some other changes as well as a permanent camo. This one's pretty cool as well. It's one of the Kobayashi ones, so you can check that out. Again, will be relatively expensive, but is pretty dang cool. As well as some other Russian camos. The Mints, the Leningrad are getting black Adidas style camos, so those would be cool, as well as the Burgonia getting one. And then some other changes here as well. Lots going on, guys. I'm sorry this is such a long video, but there is a lot going on with this update. Again, it is delayed for a day, so I do appreciate everyone hanging out and watching these videos. I hope they do help and keep you up to date with what's going on. This is going to be a big one, though. It will drop on the 25th, hopefully with no bugs as they saw on the Russian server. But the event is coming. The new steel ships are coming. The Russian battleships are coming. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm excited, and I'm excited to have content to then continue to pump out for you guys. But anyways, that is going to be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoy your last day with the space battles before 0.8.3 drops on the 25th. But that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.